think these election results are going to tee up deeper questions that have been percolating about how much a candidate like Senator Turner should continue to try to run within a Democratic Party that will go so far and do so much to try to prevent them from being in office. This was a candidate who was up, 20, 30 points in the polls before this last volley of outside dark, dirty money. And it was a race between two black candidates, both local candidates, both of whom would ostensibly, from the perspective of a purely identity-based group like the CBC, be a boon for that body. However, you saw the most powerful Democrats in America, and enormous amounts of money, $6 million was spent in this race, by far the most expensive race in this cycle, all because Nina Turner advocates for some basic issues that majorities of Americans want. And if the Democratic Party is going to define itself as a party that will do anything and spend anything and leverage any interest, including right-wing money, against a candidate simply because they support a $15 minimum wage, something that was a basic aspect of the Democratic Party agenda, if they're going to be smeared as anti-Democrat for supporting Medicare for all, something that 88% of Democratic voters support, at what point are we going to continue to run? Are progressives going to continue to run candidates that openly choose to identify with that party?
Well, it was his referral to the top prosecutor to conduct this independent investigation. And Tish James, the Attorney General, employed and deputized with some of the best independent lawyers, a former prosecutor, federal prosecutor, to take the lead in conducting an investigation. And there are thousands and thousands of evidence that came together to validate the stories of 11 women who have accused this governor of sexual misconduct and assault.
The point is that Facebook has promised certain things about ads, right? We're going to run political ads at this time, and we're not going to run political ads at this other time. We're going to deal with certain ads that have certain types of content characteristics and not others. And they just lie all the time, and no one is checking up on them. And like, you can say, oh, well, it's kind of annoying that these people are checking up on them or not. But the basic problem here is that Facebook surveils its users, lies routinely, just constantly is committing crimes. And then when a group of nerds at NYU are like, we'd like to look at your ads and see if there's, if you're paying attention to your own stupid rules, Facebook then jumps on, like, just pretends that they are legally obligated to exclude them, which is another lie. So the problem here is you have this crazy, lawless corporation that's run by a sociopath and, has done all sorts of terrible things globally. And this is just like a minor example of them bullying a group of nerds because they don't want to be held accountable for anything that they do. And I think it's insane that we even have to talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Like, what kind of society do we live in that this guy has so much power and we can't get our government to do, to actually like break up the firm and regulate them and like stop them from inducing genocides and other things like that. Like, that's what this is really about.